This significant agreement signing paves the way for front-end engineering and design to come into play, with the construction phase to follow suit. Whilst the actual cost of the project is not known at this point in time, Prime Minister James Marape made an estimate of $12 billion for the cost of the project. After 22 months of delay, the Fiscal Stability Agreement for Papua LNG project was finally going to have pen put to paper. In a brief press conference that followed soon after the signing ceremony, Petroleum Minister Kerenga Kua explained that the delay has been due mainly to deciding the best way forward for the project, given that the PNG project was also linked to it. The Papua LNG project is one of the key projects recently mentioned by Prime Minister James Marape as an economic indicator for the country.
It was felt that we should delink the two projects. Papua, because it's a fully executed agreement, is capable of proceeding as a standalone project, and PNG can follow its own pace after this event. So that was the reason why it took 22 months for us to comprehensively explore the prospects of whether we could do the two projects together. But we've made some pretty good progress in that line of thinking, but we couldn't wait any further. So I think I'm grateful to our joint venture partners, our developers, for agreeing that we can delink the two projects so that Papua can go ahead.
Minister Kua acknowledged the joint venture partners of the project, Total, Exxon, Mobil and Oil Search, for coming to an agreement with the government. The Petroleum Minister said the Fiscal Stability Agreement signing provides confidence for stakeholders in the project.
We will now activate Papua with the signing of the Fiscal Stability Arrangement. The document that we have signed today guarantees the protection of the fiscal arrangement, the cost of construction, the tax regime, and all those things are stabilized. So it gives certainty to project planning and project execution.
Papua LNG in the detachment from PNG will see two trains constructed, and these two trains contributing on top of PNG LNG's two train will mean when the two trains of Papua LNG are in production, we will be a 4-train LNG producing nation with additional capacity in the reserves that we have in our country, including PNG resource.
With the onset of the COVID-19 pandemic and adverse global economic impacts on Papua New Guinea, Minister Kua says the Fiscal Stability Agreement signing will provide a positive signal to investors and help in PNG's economic recovery. Prime Minister James Marape assured the nation last week at the Back to Business breakfast, promising major announcements on key resource projects in the first quarter of this year. The Fiscal Stability Agreement signing for Papua LNG project hopes to provide confidence for the business community, with other major resource project announcements anticipated. Dennis Orere, National EMTV News.